I'm on a journey to explore the future of Africa's mining industry. Welcome to Cote d'Ivoire, formerly Ivory Coast, where the expansion of gold exports has been driven by the discovery of new gold deposits and the opening of new mines. However, like other countries in West Africa, Cote d'Ivoire's mining industry faces a pivotal moment, balancing immense potential with significant challenges. The country's abundant untapped reserves hold the promise of wealth and development, but the journey forward is shaped by concerns over sustainability, fair growth, and responsible environmental practices. "40 kilometers northwest of Yamoussoukro, the political capital of Cote d'Ivoire, is Yori gold mine. Here, Pasas Mining, an Australian mining company, is on site. The rapidly growing African-focused gold producer, developer and explorer is using conventional open-pit mining methods.
We started building Yori in about 2018 and produced first gold from there in 2020. And it is the flagship of our portfolio. It's an interesting story, the development of the Yori. We started working down there, had been previously mined, but it was a completely different scale of business. In terms of the accommodation that we built there, it was an interesting situation where our people asked if they could build it themselves rather than using contractors, and we put two stipulations down. One is that all the labour that was used would be local, and secondly, that all materials that would be used in the camp would also be purchased locally. Our guys did that, and we did a fantastic job, and we sometimes talk about the future and say this has the makings of an environmental park when we leave.
Yori is expected to produce 210,000 ounces of gold per year over the next 5 years of its mine life.
Now, what we've seen in the last several years is a very steadily rise in the gold price, which means that we're generating significant cash margins around $1,500 to $1,600 an ounce, which clearly puts us in a position where we're making quite a lot of profit and quite a lot of cash flow, which means we're generating strong balance sheet and which allows us to have the ability to return capital to our shareholders and also grow the business.
Gold mining is a major contributor to Cote d'Ivoire's economy. Gold output has been climbing steadily for several years and is expected to reach at least 56 metric tons this year. African nations have greatly benefited from the mining industry, but traditional mining methods have sparked concerns due to their environmental and social impacts. There is now a growing emphasis on adopting sustainable mining practices to protect the environment and support the well-being of local communities, a topic that took the center stage during the inaugural International Exhibition for Extractive and Energy Resources in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire's largest city.
Climate change is nothing but being serious about impacting positively or preserving the planet. In Cote d'Ivoire, as we speak, most of us are on the grid, the national grid, which is formed largely by hydro energy or gas energy. And gas is part of one of the greenest you can find anyway. Now we're all moving solar because of, insufficiency of the power in country. Most of our companies are moving solar. Apart from that, there is a lot of action being undertaken in terms of efficiency in everything that is instrumentation in our mining. So we are working through automation. We are working through efficiency of our fleets. A couple of initiatives of this trend is underway to impact our emission or reduce our emission.
The strategy is to reach 45% of renewable by 2030, and now we are a little above 30%. So there's a ramp up that's going to be done, but it's going to be mixed between solar and hydro because we have a great hydro potential in Ivory Coast. So the target is here and it's actually being deployed. Obviously, solar will bring technical challenge because the more solar you have on the network, the more balance. Technically, you need to take care of the certain specific items that we're working on, but we are aggressively pushing toward this goal.
For us, sustainability drives social license to operate. And for us, a social license to operate is a key element of our business. We say we could have the best assets in the world, the most money, the best people, but unless we're welcome in our host countries, we don't have anything at all. And so to be able to be accepted in countries, we need to be managing the environment to the highest standards. We need to be governing our business to the highest standards. But perhaps most importantly, we have to focus on the social piece and make sure that we make a very strong contribution to the country and to the host community, such that when we ultimately leave, which we will do when the resource runs out, the people are left in a better situation than when we came.
Mining, while economically beneficial, has historically been detrimental to the environment. African countries must therefore focus on sustainable mining business by balancing environmental conservation, community well-being, and operational efficiency in order to deliver sustainable returns for shareholders. From Abidjan, the southern Atlantic coast city here in Cote d'Ivoire, West Africa, my name remains Elijah Mwangi.